Hey everybody, it is June 13th, 2007. I'm Sonic Sun. It's been a while since the last video. I'm here to talk about the Iraq War, which is a thing weighing heavily on a lot of people and has been for a long time. I could go into an incredible depth, I guess, of everything that's happened, in my opinion, of each step of the process, but I thought I'd focus more on some general principles, and specifically some general misconceptions that proponents of the war seem to have a lot. So, number one. Okay. Something we should all know. Admitting defeat is not the same as encouraging it. Some people have this idea that, you have to support the war, and you have to be happy about the war, and if not, then that's because you want us to lose. Which is stupid. Which is... Look. I don't think the war is going very well. I think we're losing. And some people will do a knee-jerk reaction and be like, "Ah, that's because you're siding with the terrorists! How dare you! You're not an American! You're not a good person! You don't love freedom! You don't, Like, all these people who don't love freedom saying that we should stop the war. All these people who don't love freedom saying the war isn't going well." It's quite possible to be a freedom-loving person and also admit problems in our efforts to promote freedom. As a matter of fact, not just problems, but catastrophic blunders. Admitting defeat is not the same as encouraging it. Okay, I'm not happy that we're losing the war. I wish we were winning. I wish that Iraq was a nice, democratic society and everyone's rights were being protected and everything was secure. But you can't just snap your fingers and pretend that it's true. You can't just be like, we're making big progress in Iraq, and then just leave that without any evidence. Like what progress? And show me some reports. Show me some data. Show me, the Iraq Study Group, for instance. Oh wait, I believe they're the ones who said the situation in Iraq is grave, and it's getting worse, or whatever the quote was. Or the report that just came out today, which says, grab this report. I'll find this. The report which is going out today, which said that, sober report on Iraq. Progress review mixed. Bush says surge needs time. Right. Just give it more time, man. Just like Vietnam. Just like, let's see what we got here. Well, we haven't implemented a de-Baathification reform, and we haven't provided the Iraqi commanders law authority to go ahead with the Baghdad plan, and we haven't ensured the Iraqi security forces are providing even-handed enforcement of the law. Gee, not providing even-handed enforcement of the law. That's great. And we haven't yet increased the number of Iraqi security forces capable of operating independently, and we haven't ensured that Iraq's political authorities are not undermining or making false accusations against members of the Iraq military, so apparently they are making those false accusations. We haven't established a strong militia disarmament program, and we haven't reduced the level of sectarian violence, and we haven't ensured that hydrocarbon resources are distributed equitably to the people of Iraq regardless of sect or ethnicity. Great. We've done a few things. They formed a constitution, and there's technically a democratic government in place, and they got some semi-autonomous region things going around, so to make things a bit more stable, and they got, some committees, and they, but, yeah. They use the word disaster here. Granted, I was talking about someone else's. There you go. I got some evidence on my side that things are not going well. I wish they were. I really, really wish they were. They're not. Okay? And you know, if you want to disagree with me about how well things are going, if you want to tell me things are doing just fine, and I say otherwise, we can have a debate, and we can figure out what's actually going on. You know, because I'm sure there are certain areas where it's getting nice and better, and, you know, certain people are happy, and certain people are not happy with the whole idea. But do not, under any circumstances, imply that simply because I say things are going poorly means that I desire for them to go poorly. People make that accusation, you know? People say, like, oh, you know, I watch Fox News because it's nice to hear from somebody who actually wants us to win this war. You know, I'm sure the people at CNN would like us to win the war also. But, you know, they feel compelled to report the facts. That is, we're losing. It's not just CNN that says that. It's many different news outlets. So there's our first thing. Number 2. Hating a war does not imply hatred of the soldiers in that war. I don't get it. I would have to be explicit about this. I have to say, you know, I support the troops, but I hate the war. Like, they have to say that. Because otherwise, people will get, like, confused, apparently. There's an article on The Onion, you know, which is it's a comedy newspaper thing, you know, everything's made up. But this guy wrote in this thing, you know, saying, I support the war, but I totally hate the troops. You know, which is, of course, silly. Nobody hates the troops. Regardless of what side you're on. Nobody actually wants our American soldiers to get killed on the battlefield, or even wounded, or anything. No. No one desires that. But some people keep implying that, you know? Some people keep saying, do you support the troops? Like, yeah, well then why are you against the war? Because I support the troops, maybe? I don't hate the troops, guys. I love the troops. I love them so much, I don't want to see them get killed. I love them so much, I want to bring them home. They can come back to their families and not get shot. Because people are getting shot and killed and exploded all the time over in Iraq. I think it's very, very sad. You know, I don't want them to die, and therefore let's bring them home where they won't